for these European positions, Flex? We've got to be winning, not all of these, but the majority, would you say? The majority of them?
Yeah, I think you need to be getting a record similar to the last 5 we just had, really. And you mentioned this yesterday.
Not going to lose again the whole season.
Well, no, we will.
Unbeaten, mate.
Obviously.
Just keep that up.
The next 5, 2 draws. If you wanna keep it up, or 3 wins, a draw, and a loss, or something like that. You have to be. It's simple maths, in it. Shout out Michael Owen. You just have to win more than you don't. And I think if them home games, West Ham, Everton, Bournemouth, you have to take
care of the home games. Take care of the home.
That's just what I mean, because that's what we did in this sort of run, innit? Well, actually, no, we beat Liverpool, to be fair. But the 2 tricky away games after Anfield was we could have won. We've got to fix it, but we didn't lose. But I feel like at home, Brighton, Sunderland, I think Everton's coming up now.
They're good results.
I feel more good results, and I do feel like they're good teams. Do you know what I mean? They're good teams. What we've seen this far, teams that go to other teams and win and put them under. So I don't mind. And Everton's going to be another one where they're not maybe in the ilk of Brighton, in the ilk of Sunderland this year, that's for sure. But they're a handy team. You know what I mean? Jack Grealish is playing well. You got Ndai out there. The other side, they're okay in midfield. It's Idrissa Gueye and Jimmy. What's his name again? Who's played for us? Ghana. Dewsbury Hall, maybe. They're all right. They're all right. They're a decent outfit. Obviously, up front, they struggle. Tieno, Barry, and Beto, and them guys ain't great. They lead a striker, but they're an okay team. You know what I mean?
Going away to their new stadium is difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
Recently, they'd lost at home.
Yeah, exactly. So, but them traveling, probably not the best. We should still be saying, if we could beat Brighton and be 3-0 up against Brighton, put it on them and really be on it. Yeah, Everton, we should be beating them. You were allowed to say that. Doesn't mean you definitely will, but you should be. So I just think take care of them home games. That's 9 points. And I think 2 of those away games, you have to win at least one, because one of them is against Wolves. You have to. I'm sorry. I know they could be resurgent. 100%. You've got to be careful. It's not divine right. It might not be. You should be dusting them down 3-0 and leaving. I get that. It could be really tight, but you have to leave Molineux with 3 points. Because again, we are talking about improvements, aren't we? We're talking about kicking on. So we can't just keep saying it's okay to go to places that are bottom of the league, but a legit bottom of the league, not bottom of the league like how Forest are, where you go they're actually good. They just need to get the manager sorted and then they're going to be all right. Wolves will go down this season. I'm almost certain of it.
You reckon?
I think so. I mean, it was some turnaround. What they got? They're rock bottom with 2 points, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, and
they're already 8 points adrift, isn't it? Is it 8 points? Are they 8 points by? I think the next person's got 10.
Yeah, 8 points. 8 points off Burnley in
8 points swing, mate. Come on, man.
If they've brought,
and they're all just going to keep losing. Burnley going to keep losing. Leeds are going to keep losing. They got. Yeah.
I mean, Rob Edwards. I know his history is with Luton, which is a bit of a poison chalice in the Prem, but
and a little bit
as if. But you know what I mean? It's not as if he's got a lot of Premier League history. He's going to go and turn around. Like when Sean Dyche goes into Nottingham Forest and you go,
exactly. There'll be an upturn.
They'll be
Really, you should have stayed at Middlesbrough, but he just wanted to try.
There was a discussion about what's the better job to actually be in the Prem next season. It might be Borough as opposed to Wolves. To be honest with you, you know what I mean.
Second in the champ, they're flying. So Wolves, Burnley, Leeds. If you're playing them home or away, I'm sorry. I know it's a bit different for us with Leeds because of the rivalry. So actually, that can be a really difficult game for us to win. Yeah. But I'm sorry, going away to Wolves, it ain't Nuno's Wolves. It ain't Vitor Pereira's Wolves that we first got there, who turned out to be awful. Look at them now. They're struggling. So we need to be saying, out of those away games, yes, Crystal Palace is the one that we respect. Do you know what I mean? That is it. You know what can happen when you pull up there. Really good team, good manager, organised team. You can get the work at Selhurst Park. You can. If anything, people will be like, would you take a draw now and then win all the rest or draw that? You go, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
After Flex said all of that, imagine if we lose. Q, how shit are you, Chance? Yeah, 100%. I get it. I'm not saying we can't lose. You can lose any game in the Prem, but
that's what I was going to say. That's the key thing, isn't it? Particularly away from home, the best teams can lose to anyone in the Prem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Arsenal are top of the league.
or draw.
They could go away from home and play Wolves. They probably would beat them, but you never know. You can't be totally shocked. But away from home in the Premier League, it's a different beast. It's a different animal. The important thing for me is that we take care of, like you said, those home fixtures, and then you pick up those away victories when you can. I mean, that's what actually, when you do look at the last sort of 5 games, what does make it a bit more impressive, I suppose, is that we've only had 2 home games in there. The rest, obviously, your Liverpool away, Forest away, Spurs away. And if you'd have said going into a batch of games where 3 out of your 5 are going to be away from home, you'd be like, I don't know, our away record, it's not great. You know what I mean? And particularly with how fragile our team is, with away fans, we can't really control games. And it's even more difficult to control games away from home because once the crowd's up, you see teams capitulate, we capitulate. So the fact that we haven't, lost those away games, I think is a real positive as well. And then also last season, we could barely win at home too. So that's when you get into the improvement. So it's one of those ones, isn't it, where, yes, on paper, we've got, favourable fixtures coming up. I think it's just one of those ones where you just have to take advantage of it, because obviously everyone's got to play everyone at some point. But when you do have a run of fixtures like this, you do have the opportunity to build up momentum. And as we've seen, momentum's a massive thing. If a team can go on a run in the Premier League, you can go on a run just for a select portion of the season. That can kind of sort you out for near enough the rest of the season. You can trade on that till the end of it. You know what I mean? If you go on a run, let's say hypothetically, I don't think this will happen, but let's say hypothetically, we won all 5 of these games in a row. You'd be like, oh my God, right? You could then have really spotty form for like the next 2 or 3 months, and you'd still be in a good area. You'd still be in a good position. So I think it's also about taking advantage of these runs when you can, but also like the learning point that I've kind of realized throughout the season so far until now is not too high, not too low, which is, yes, there's maybe a bit of an increased expectation going into this run of games because on paper they do look favourable, but there will be slip-ups in there. There'll be games where we go into it thinking we're going to get, maximum points and we don't. And when that happens, because it will, it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? As long as...
And there'll be games where we win where we might have thought, Palace, tell you what, don't know, win 2-0.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It might be the other way around.
Absolutely spot on. There might be a situation when we play Palace and we win there, like 2-0 or 2-1. You could play a great
West
result.
Ham at home and get a draw.
And then we go and play Wolves and we do lose. We're like, what's going on there? Because we're not that consistent team. Like it's not beyond us at all to go to Molineux and lose. It's not. No, it's not beyond us at all.
That's why we're not back yet. We're not.
Yeah. We shouldn't, and I think in that run of 5 games, I think it's going to be we're going to come out of it being like, yeah, did enough in that, got points on the board.
I think we'll win all the home games. Do you?
What's all the home games again?
West Ham, Bournemouth, and Everton.
The Bournemouth one might be difficult. The Bournemouth one, that might be difficult. Depends what Bournemouth we play, because look, Bournemouth.
But don't you think it also depends on how many points we got going into that? Like, cause say if we go into that game and we've beaten West Ham, we beat Wolves, we beat Everton, you drew against Palace, and you're like, right, this is the last one of this little 5. Like you said, it shouldn't really be 5 because it continues, but the feeling could be really good going into that game. But like you say, if we fucked it up, excuse my French just early, against like Wolves and West Ham, and it's a bit flat, then you're right, it could be a different. You just don't know, dude. It's so hard to.
Depends. Like, because so we might be in a good moment, and by that point, let's say Bournemouth, because it wouldn't be beyond them to be like they go 5 games without a win. You go, Bournemouth, they're really struggling now. They had a good start, but they really started to struggle. That's why.
Where are they now? Like you said, they swapped their ninth. They dropped off a little bit. Last 2 games, back losses.
You say that they're ninth, they dropped off. Still 2 points off third.
Yeah. Who's their next game? Next game, West Ham at home. They're going to win. Then they got Sunderland away.
Exactly.
Then they got Chelsea. Then they got Man United. They got a tough run.
And what's funny when you look at the table as well, so that third place, that Chelsea team that it feels like every other week you go, are they good or are they not good? Like,
it's so weird, isn't it? They get cussed one week saying they're terrible.
They're third.